The bike course,
Yeah.
how does it look?
Or start with the swim course, because we saw that too.
The swim course looks like a great course for me because it's straight, so there it requires very little technical ability, and it's with the current, so it requires very little swim ability. So it's perfect. And there's just one turn at the end. So, no, I'm just kidding. I feel like I've been swimming really well, and I've really gotten out of my comfort zone. I've been swimming with better swimmers than myself for over a month now, minimum 2, mostly 3 times per week for, I believe, 5. Well, since the week after Ironman Mont Tremblant, that's when I said, okay, let's try this. But I am also excited to, swim without these advantageous conditions. So anyways, fun swim in the Savannah River with the current, point to point, no turns other than one to get out of the water. Looks great. That's a long-winded response. Part 2, the bicycle. Hand signs. One time I did a speech in I think it was grade 6, and it was on the internet. Who the heck would do a speech on this? But anyways, I did a speech and I did well, but I didn't get perfect. I think I got like 98% or 97%. And the one where I got docked points was because I didn't use enough hand gestures. I must have just had my hands behind my back or something when I spoke. So ever since then, I have been using my hands too much. And so here I am, using my hands too much. You can thank the education system for this. So back on topic.
The bike course.
Bicycles. I love bikes. I love that bike there. I'm so excited to race it. Mont Tremblant was fun. I felt foreign. It felt really foreign to me racing because it had been 8 months since I raced. And, I had been very, very cautious with the training because I knew that, I had one shot and one shot only to get to Kona. And if I blew it by re-injuring myself, then that would be really bad for everyone, sponsors, everything. So I was very cautious. When I finished Mont Tremblant, I woke up the next day. Sacrum is still not fractured. Okay, let's increase the intensity a little bit here now. So that's what I've done the last 4 weeks. I finally feel like I'm getting back into form. I'm certainly not in the best shape that I have been in. But I did execute a set last week that is something that I haven't really executed in quite a while. 3 times 30 minutes, all 3 over 360 watts on 5 minutes recovery. And so I was really happy with that. So we went and we drove the bike course today, and really nice course, really excited. It's got a lot of nice little rollers. There's some sections, of course, like any course, that are kind of bumpy, but then there's also some really nice pavement sections where you can do some damage. So I'm really excited to get out there. I'm really excited to just, I didn't feel like I could, really rip the bike in Tremblant, so I'm excited because I feel like I can really rip the bike here. And I feel like I have the fitness to do it, or at least a little closer to the fitness required to do it. And then the run is kind of a fun course through just the downtown Augusta area, which really reminds me actually of when I did Raleigh 70.3 back in 2014. That was kind of right down in the center of the city, which is always fun because you always get a lot of spectators. So, and then additionally, it's really hot here, like Kona level hot. It doesn't feel as hot, I think, just because I don't think the sun is as strong here. But the heat itself, I think it was 99 degrees yesterday with high humidity. So, you are sweating like crazy. So this will be a great time. Even just being here, doing a little bit of training here has been, a nice little introduction to humidity. And then, of course, the race will be like a nice training effect with regards to heat training. So I'm really excited. I feel like I've done good preparation. I feel it was a good block. I really didn't have any anything too negative happen. I rolled my ankle one time, but fortunately I caught it before it like did the damage, and so I was a little sore the next day. That was the only thing I had to alter, was just postpone one day training just to make sure that I didn't further hurt the ankle. But otherwise it's been good. Everything's been, intensity wise, has been increased. I couldn't ask for any really more of myself. I put in 4 hard weeks. And with regards, just to answer the question of why are you doing Augusta, well, interestingly, at the end of the 4th week, I did build, level, build in terms of intensity and volume for 4 straight weeks. And at the end of week 4, there's just no way I could have done a 5th week. So and that's what my intuition told me, that was kind of the limit of what I could do anyway. So this race is perfect because I would be taking a down week this week anyway. So this race really forced me, because I don't want to, you know what I mean? I want to do well. I don't want to overtrain myself. So I truly took a down week this week, shed a lot of fatigue. I'm coming back. I'm hungry, motivated. Can't wait to get out there. And so that's how we'll begin with that attitude. I'm thinking of the race as day 1 of the next training block. So Sunday is day 1. Travel day 2 to Kona. Day 3, activation day. And then day 4, 5, 6, and 7 are just 4 sub-maximal workouts that I've already done, and I'll probably do less actually than the peak ones I did, but I will do them in Kona. And that's it. So not a massive amount of fatigue will be put in, and we'll already have shed a lot of the fatigue, and then 1 week or 6 days taper, which I think will be good because I don't have a massive amount of fatigue. I don't also need a huge taper into the race because I'll already have done a week taper. So, and then additionally, I found racing to be extremely foreign in Tremblant, and so when the pain hit, I was pretty weak. Admittedly, I was very weak, and it was pretty much like when the voice to walk came, I was like, okay, let's walk. Versus, a race that I think of that I pushed myself. I couldn't have pushed myself any further. Kona 2017. I mean, I think I started thinking about walking 18 kilometers into the race. And so that's 24 kilometers of having the desire to walk. And I did walk a few times, but then I continued to run. And so on the other hand, that was the epitome of the mental strength that I had. And so where do you get that? I think a little bit in practice, but where do you really hone that muscle is in racing and in hard racing. And so I need to get it back into racing. I need to feel what it feels like to race, the pain of racing. And so that's another reason why I'm here, is I want to, I wouldn't want to do an Ironman this weekend and experience that pain, because I don't think it would be very difficult to shed that fatigue from a lot of pain from an Ironman. But a 70.3 on the other hand, I mean, admittedly, if I were to do a workout, if I were to begin training again and do a workout, I mean, I do some hard 5-6 hour days that, in terms of TSS anyway, or training stress, are probably greater than the race will be. But the difference is, in a race you put it all together with no recovery, and in practice you take, hard swim, hour, 2 hours recovery, hard bike, hour, 2 hours recovery, hard run. So anyways, I'm excited. I could actually see, if this goes even decently well, this becoming kind of a routine type thing, because I really like it. I really like this setup, how it was. I mean, I don't want to incorporate getting a sacral stress fracture into my routine, but everything else, though, has just gone quite well, and I think I might repeat it. So, have I rambled along enough? Is that good?
Not quite. I have one more question.
All
I think it's probably the question that people want the answer to the most, and it's, why did you shave your mustache?
The mustache. I love the mustache. It's been part of me. It's been a part of the journey. But it's time, I think, to move on, right? If we're not evolving, if we're not growing, then, what are we doing? And so, I'll probably bring it back in November for the, what is it? Is it still a thing? Movember? I don't know if it's still a thing, but maybe I'll wear one in November to keep the Movember tradition alive. But it's itching my nose. Especially in a race, you get gel gets into it. Like it feels disgusting, and you get all the nutrition and just sweat. You get boogers in it.
Is it just like a shelf? You could just lick it out of there?
Yeah, it doesn't taste as good out of the mustache. So I love it. If you rocking one, all the power to you. But for me, for the next little while, I need all the gains too I can get in the water. Even that tiny little bit of drag was really negative impacting my swim. So it'll come back again.
What'd you say?
What'd you say?
What'd you say?
I said Mario Mola's on here.
You see him on here right now?
First time I ever seen him on here. So now I gotta go to the app. Here, Mario Mola. Oh, must be his brother or something. Lucas. Follow.
So now can you tell people you're friends with Mario Mola?
Huh?
Now can you tell people you're friends with Mario Mola?
Yeah, that's right. I'll give him a ride on.